First of all, just want to say, on behalf of our entire team, incredible thank you to our fans, our students, everyone that supported us tonight, everyone that was a huge domino for our team tonight, particularly the lift that the crowd gave us in the first half when we were struggling. We got down 13 points, and, you know, our energy needed to pick up, and the crowd sensed that and just gave us great juice, which we needed. And then for us to be able to close the half, you know, and keep it relatively close after just having a really tough first half was big for us. I think Xavier deserves incredible credit. They came in here and played with phenomenal aggressiveness, toughness, defensive grit. They're known as a phenomenal offensive team, but you know, today on the defensive end, they were really good. You know, Boom was hard to handle. He, you know, he's just really elusive, and you know, I thought our guys did a good job on him on a lot of possessions. And other possessions we kind of lost him, and you know, he was able to make us pay. But you know, the story for us is, you know, our guys' resiliency, ability to respond, stay together. You know, you can kind of go down the list of guys that hung in there, you know, and maybe some plays didn't go our way or didn't go individual guys' way, but they kept fighting. Really proud of Oso. Played the whole second half, fought, battled, made 2 huge free throws for us. And again, you can go down the list. I'm really happy for Omax that he was able to go win the game for us on that tip-in.
30 seconds left. Stevie got the steal. Omax got the layup to get you guys within 1. He called the timeout and put Chase in. Just what did you say during that timeout to get your guys mentally ready for the final 30 seconds?
Well, they had the ball. I think there was 29 seconds left. And we didn't want to just foul, particularly Boom. You know, he's almost automatic at the line. So, you know, we went to one of our presses, and I told the guys, be aggressive as you can be. And I told them, you know, they like to throw the ball in and then back to the inbounder. So rotate up and make that a tough pass. And they did a great job of it and forced a turnover. And then we were able to get the ball and do what we did. But, you know, Cam Jones deserves a lot of credit because he wasn't his best game, but he hung in there. He stayed connected with his team and his teammates. And then I thought he came in, and just his presence on the floor offensively, even though he only scored 5 points, is a huge difference maker for us.
And Omax has had an up and down few games for him. Just how nice was it for you for him to have a moment like that?
Well, I mean, he's really grown in that. He has about as high a standard for himself as any player, and he really wants to help his team. And sometimes when plays don't go his way, you know, it's tough like any other player. But he's grown so much in his response, the ability to focus on the next most important thing. And, you know, I thought his defensive effort was terrific. I thought he hung in there. He got to the foul line some there in the second half. And, you know, he and several of our other guys, they were relentless on the glass. You know, and we're not even close in this game if we don't offensive rebound. Not even close. And, well, why is that? It's because we didn't shoot the ball very well. Our pace offensively was not anywhere near what it needed to be, particularly in the first half. And Xavier, you know, seemingly had an answer for everything we did. So we needed those second chance opportunities. And Omax, Oso, Stevie, Jop, those guys did a great job creating those.
Xavier was really banged up, particularly in the backcourt. Did y'all have a feeling that down the stretch maybe you could wear them down a little bit and force some issues because guys running out of gas? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that they had a couple guys out. But we also knew that between Boom, Kobe Jones, Adam Kunkel, Jack Nungy, Jerome Hunter, you're talking about 5 old, tough, grizzled veterans. And we knew that they were not going to go away. But absolutely, we wanted to play with aggressiveness and try to get our hands on the basketball. maybe watching the tape, we probably will say we should have been even more aggressive in certain situations. But, the guys did a great job with their hands. I think we had 38 deflections, which is big for us. And we needed everyone.
You've been very visual mentally wise with the guys, the pouring in with the bucket, the dominoes falling. If you could say that there was a visual representation of what a domino was, would it be that last play where the shot goes up and Omax fires in to tip it in, literally a falling domino? Yeah,
actually the domino comes before that when his teammates are uplifting him after a play doesn't go his way. The tip in is a huge play and game-winning play, but the domino is, how do I make the guys around me better? And the reality is we want to be a team whose whole is greater than the sum of our parts. The way to make your whole greater is for the parts to pour into each other and for them to help maximize each other. So, I brought Stevie's domino. These guys all had their own domino, and I had them right on the back. One thing that they were going to do that was under their control to be a positive domino tonight, and everyone in our program did it. And we literally needed every one. I'll be honest, I could sense it and shoot around a little bit. There was a little bit of, oh, wow, this is a big game. First place is on the line. And we don't necessarily have a team that's been in that situation a lot. So this is a learning curve for us. You can't go play your best if you're playing through avoidance goals, to go not make mistakes or to not miss a shot or to not give up a basket. You've got to be attacking and aggressive. You got to let your hair down and go after it. And I thought we did a much better job in the second half of that.
Speaking of Stevie, he had a career high in steals tonight. Can you talk about his defensive performance and how that also led to him having an offensive night as well?
He's one of a kind. They broke the mold when they made him. He's just made of some really, really special stuff. Very, very high character and an unbelievable level of care. The care factor for him is as high as I've ever seen. That can work against you sometimes because when things don't go perfect, sometimes, your mind can get racing. But I thought Stevie all game long, he had great aggressiveness. He was flying around. He got us 3 offensive rebounds. And then on the defensive end, he deserves a lot of credit because he's guarding their best player. Boom got loose several times and scored, whether it was threes or getting to the basket. So Stevie could have easily dropped his head and gotten down about that, but he just kept attacking. He's got the internal fortitude to say, he's a good player. He might score. Okay, I'm going to go win the next play. And haven't seen the numbers yet, but I'm sure he led us in deflections. And, that's just such an important stat for us.
So I think Xavier scored with 9 seconds left. They went up 68-67. And Stevie looked at you expecting a timeout, and you didn't call it. They still had the presence of mind to bring the ball up, and we know what transpired. Am I wrong to think that that's a big deal, that you had that much trust in your team for such a big game and you knew what to expect?
No, I mean, I trust these guys. When we play in practice, these guys are we'll play 5, 6, 7 trips up and down the floor, and they're just flying around. And at some point we blow the whistle and stop it. And, it's way better when they're just playing and attacking. So, I've learned over the years in that situation, if you have guys in the game that look like they're being aggressive and you have probably more than 6 seconds on the clock, which we had, 8 or 9, then let's go attack before they can really get their defense set. And Cam did a good job. He got deep in there. Again, it wasn't his night from a scoring standpoint, but his miss set up Omax's putback. And, I really want to give credit to Omax, Oso, Stevie, the guys that went in and got offensive rebounds tonight, because just quite simply, if you're having a tough shooting night and you don't go rebound the ball, you're not going to win. And that won us a game.
Coach, just overall, how special was this win tonight? The way you guys won it with so much on the line, sole possession now, first place in the Big East, and in the driver's seat.
Well, it was important from the standpoint of our team's internal belief in each other and in the whole. You know, I often believe this about teams that haven't necessarily become yet what they're going to become. They need experiences, you know, and unfortunately sometimes they need tough, you know, devastating experiences like we had, you know, when we played at Providence or when we played at Xavier or when we played at Purdue. And those things, they make you tougher. They steal your resolve. But then you need some good ones too, so you can feel like, oh, okay, we can go take a close game when we're down with, you know, less than 30 seconds left in the game. So huge game from that standpoint, and I think hopefully a big game from the standpoint of the next time we play, it'll be in an important game too. And our guys can say, oh, okay, we've been in this situation. Let's go be our best and let's be connected and let our hair down and go attack. Thank you.